lesson for March 19th for forensics class. Yesterday, you started a chit chat activity, and there were 8 stations. If you have not completed those 8 stations, go ahead and stop the video and complete the 8. Once you're finished, you may restart the video. We will be going over the answers to those. You are welcome to change your answers. This was just sort of an intro activity. After that, we'll be talking about the dancing man code, and that will be an assignment for today. So starting with the chit-chat activity, we'll start with the microscope, and these are the parts of the microscope. Again, microscopes are used in the microscopic, looking at evidence of either hair fibers, skin cells, not necessarily DNA, but hair fibers, rope fibers, things of that sort. A is the objective lenses. That's what you're going to use to help magnify the specimen. B is the stage. That's where we will place the specimens. C is the slides. That's where you will place the micro-thin pieces of the organism or pieces of the hair. D is the light source. E is the eyepiece or ocular. That's what you will look through to view the specimen. F is the arm. That is what is used to carry the microscope. G is the coarse adjustment knob. That's what brings the object into a general focus. And H is the base. That is also what is used to carry the microscope. We'll be using microscopes, but probably not the light microscope like this one. We'll be using a dissecting microscope. Okay, station number 2 had to do with several different famous cases. Hopefully you use that link that would help you find the information. So the first famous case was Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was responsible for 30 plus murders. There was very little evidence to convict him, but he was finally arrested in 1975, and bite marks was used to help identify him from his teeth and from his bite. He was put to death in 1989. So again, this is a picture of Ted Bundy. Okay, another famous case was the Lindbergh kidnapping, which we'll be doing another activity on later this week. The Lindbergh kidnapping had to do with a famous aviator, and his infant son was kidnapped in the 1930s. The kidnapper had written several ransom notes, and about a year later they found the baby's body in the woods, but they were finally convicted him in 1932 and was executed in 1936, and they used the handwriting analysis of those ransom notes. And there's a picture of Heltman, who was the person responsible for the kidnapping. Okay, the next one is the Night Stalker. He was a serial killer in Southern California in the 1980s. And again, he was convicted on fingerprints from the car that he owned. And again, here is a picture of the Night Stalker. Another one was Machine Gun Kelly. He was a famous criminal in the Prohibition era. He was a bootlegger. He was a kidnapper. He was an armed robber. And in 1933, he kidnapped Oklahoma City oilman Charles Urschel, and he wrote a ransom note and asked for $200,000, which was the largest ransom paid at that time. It was paid, but his downfall was his victim had a really, really good memory and remembered all of the components. The victim was released, and so he paid close attention to everything. And they found Urschel's fingerprints all over a house that Machine Gun Kelly owned. And here's a picture of, again, Machine Gun Kelly. Okay, the next famous case was the BTK killer. He was a criminal that terrorized Wichita, Kansas, and this is a picture of him. In the 1970s, all the way up to 1991, he killed over 10 people. He loved media attention. He thought he was smarter than the investigators, and he would write sort of notes to the media, to the police departments, to the investigators. He finally resurfaced in 2004, wrote a note, and that note was linked to a database of a local church that he worked for. And so he was basically arrested at that time, just in 2005 or 2006. And the last one is Jean Joubert, and he killed 2 schoolboys. One of them was tied with a rope fiber, and the rope was very exclusive. It wasn't just your average rope, and they matched those rope fibers to the ones found on the boys. And this is a picture of him. Again, that was in 1983 that they were, actually 1993, and he was convicted in 96. So those are your famous cases. Hopefully you did well on those. Okay, the next one is the divisions of the FBI. Cyber crimes should have been, we'll start with number 1. Number 1 is G, and that was terrorism. Number 2 should have been B, counterintelligence. Number 3 should have been A, cyber crimes. Number 4 should have been C, white collar crime. Number 5 should have been F, weapons of mass destruction. Number 6 should have been D, international corruption. And 7 should have been E, which is organized crime. Again, if you did not get those correct, go ahead and change your answers. Okay, station 4 was the evidence and inference. We won't be able to go over that, but hopefully you had fun trying to determine and infer what those items you found in the bags. Station 5, this again looking at these micrographs, letter A was a human hair, and you can see it coming out of the follicle there. B was a cornflake, your cereal. C was the Ebola virus, a very deadly virus that is one of the most deadly that we have. D is the housefly, the head of the housefly. And E is sort of dirt or soil bacteria in carpet. And you can sort of see the bacteria, which are look like hot dog shaped. Those are called bacillus rods. So those are micrographs. Station 6 was forensics vocabulary. A, there's several that you can choose from. Anthropometry. And you could have had, analyze. B, you could have had ballistics. You could have had, anything else? That's the only one I'm seeing now. C, criminal. You could have put crime lab, crime. There's several on those. D, defense. That's the only one I see there. DNA, I guess. E is evidence. Experts, there are several that you could have chose from there. So again, just a fun puzzle to be worked on. Number 7, again, eyewitness. Do you believe eyewitness testimony is a reliable source? Hopefully you did a little bit of research and found some information. We will have a unit later in the quarter about eyewitness testimony. Okay, the last one, number 8. What is characteristics of a good researcher? Hopefully you watched the video and you can see some of those there that the video talked about. Being open-minded, open to different points of view, being very tenacious, willing to fail, wanting to know how things work. These are all characteristics of someone that would be a good researcher or a good investigator. Hopefully you had fun with the Chit Chat activity. And that's where we'll stop. There will be another video following on the dancing man. We'll see you guys soon.